the blind tutorials here. I'm going to run out and make sure that my link is up on Facebook and my Discord for this. I'll be right back. Hopefully it won't take near as long as it did for the Life of a Freshie videos. Be right back. Okay, that wasn't as bad as last night, but hopefully I can get this running a whole lot better. I'm planning on getting a second computer for here in my little gaming area to get this to where I can do a quick setup on everything. But anyway, um, here we go. I had one of my newer DayZ players, which I'm not exactly overly experienced myself, asked me about cars and car repair and stuff like that, and how to deal with a damaged car. So what we got is we got the Olga here. If you look, you can see the green dot by the Olga 24 wheel. All of the wheels are really good on here. I do have a tire repair kit that is usable for repairing the tires. I looked and I don't have any tires that are repairable. I've got one that is worn, and I don't think they're going to be repairable until it's damaged or worse. And that green dot changes to yellow and then orange and then red when it is ruined. A car will still run on a ruined tire, but if you take it off, you cannot put it back on. You have to have a replacement. That is the same with any car part, any part on anything, your silencers on your guns, your clothes. If you've got ruined clothes, you're going to get cold. You're going to get injured easier by the infected. Um, but you can still wear it. But once you take it off, you cannot put it back on. And that really goes for stuff that you actually can't repair. I don't think you can repair like the utility, the tack belt, and some other stuff that you just can't repair. So that being said, let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, my cars spawn on this server with the engine complete. It spawns with a gas can in the trunk or the boot, whatever you prefer to call it for your time for your region. With a gas can, a jerry can full of gas. Okay, I've got two in here. One is water, one is gas. I want to make sure that when that thing pops up, you are grabbing the right one. So we're going to grab the gas one. And on the Olga, the gas tank is right there, right above the bumper on the driver's side. On a Sarka, it is over here, kind of high above the wheel there. On the Gunters and Adas, they are more about over here, I believe. It might actually be on one of them closer up over here. But you'll just look for that refuel and hold it, and you will start putting gas in. Like so. I'm not going to waste all this gas in that Sarka. I don't really like the Sarkas, but hell, it got us here safely one time. So again, if you're having trouble finding it because the color of some of these cars makes it difficult, you can squat down, you can zoom in, you can go to first person mode, and right there it is. Let's see if we can take a look at the one over here on the Sarka in first person. Oh God, where is it? There it is. I'm not used to first person. I need to get used to it. And right there is the gas tank for the Sarka. Alright, let's get out of first person here. We're going to go back over here. Let's go ahead and throw this in the trunk here. And we're going to grab the water can. The water can. Alright, now, if you notice, if you're holding the water can, no matter how hard you look and that gas cap, it's not going to give you anything. So that is going to help you from putting water into your gas tank. Let's see if it'll do the same thing, because I have not experimented with this. Trying to put gasoline in your radiator, which would be a real bad idea. Alright, so we're looking at the radiator, and no. If you are holding a gas can, you cannot put water in the radiator, so that's a good thing. Now, one thing you really got to watch out for is if you look at the lower left hand, it will allow you to drink that gasoline out of this jerry can, and that would not be a good idea. While I understand it does not kill you, it will make you pass out, get sick, and if you're all alone, nobody's around. Well, it's if you're on the PvE server, you don't really have to worry about somebody else being around. But if you do that and you get swarmed by zombies while you're unconscious, you might as well kiss your hiney goodbye. So that's gas and putting the water in. If you take a radiator out, you will have to refill it with water. I'll do that in just a minute when I show you how to drag stuff like that. The car, the tires, if you notice, I'm using the controller, but it does say take F to take the hands. I have my keyboard hooked up. I do have my server set up so that you can use keyboard and mouse if you would like. And that helps out with something like, I'll just do it this way. Oh, yep, I have it quick slotted since I did my respawning as a freshie last night, and I re-geared up when I got back here because I like my sword and stuff. But so we'll take sword to hand, okay? Now if you try to get into the car and it says plus square to get in, or hold square to get in, and you do that, you're going to drop your sword. And I have lost many a good equipment that way, especially guns. But if you have the keyboard set up and you hold F, you can actually get in with that melee weapon in your hand, and when you get out and you've got Z's all around you, you're good to go automatically. You've got that melee weapon in your hand. That also works with carrying a sea chest or a generator, sheet metal, your trunk's full, you got no more room for anything. You can carry something huge in your hand and have that extra carry space when you get into the car. That is an awesome feature. I recommend getting a cheap keyboard and mouse just for that purpose and that purpose alone. Alright, so now car parts. Oh, half guns. I haven't seen half gun in a long time. Hang on, folks. I'm going to send half gun an invite for party chat and let him know that this is being broadcast and everything here. Man, half gun's from Iceland. He's a really cool guy. Let's see here. How the hell am I going to do that? Okay, I got to go out. That's right. Sorry about this, folks. Robert is the builder of the crew. Man, have been doing some crazy stuff. We haven't done a whole lot since we were talking about the whole update here coming out, so we've been holding off on our building. Robert, are you there, sir? Robert, are you? Oh, well, I guess he hasn't accepted yet. Okay, I'll go back in. Alright, so car parts, doors, stuff like that. Okay. As you can see, I've got the F options. Of course, you'll have the square options if you're not using the keyboard. So you can open and close the door with that. You can also hold to take to hand. And you can take this car door and you can go over to this Olga way over here. Robert, are you there? Okay. We're going to go over to another Olga over here, where we can take and come around to the same carport spot. And okay, what's no? Which side was that on? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, that's okay. All right. Oh, what door is it? Okay, yeah, it is this side over here. Wondering why it's not giving me the option to attach it. I must not be holding my mouth right. Ah, there we go. There we go. I guess I got to kind of look at the hinge area. And I just squeeze my right trigger and it attaches it. So I've moved that car door from the other Olga to this Olga. And that's kind of cool if you got like a silver Olga and a wine color Olga or a black Olga and you want to kind of trick it out and put the doors one color. You can do the same thing if you got a hood or a trunk lid. You can see if we can. Okay, I don't think I have one on here. No, I don't. Okay. If you take a look in your inventory and the hey, there's Robert.
Hey,
Robert,
what's up?
hey, how you doing, big guy? I am
I'm good, I'm good.
good. I am actually doing a YouTube live stream video right now, giving some leading to blind tips on uh, getting a car ready and replacing bad parts and stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'll be. You can come down and have fun. I'm down here at the Olgas, or you can just do what you're going to do. I'll be with you shortly.
Okay. Where are you?
I'm down. I'm down by the guard. The guardhouse down here. At the gate entrance.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So we were talking about tricking it out and everything. Okay. If you open up the um, inventory here to get vicinity and everything, you got if you use your right joystick toggle and push it
Hmm?
down the R3, you can open and close the engine compartment. You can open and close the body compartment. You can open and close the wheels, the chassis, and you can open and close the boot or the trunk. So that if you're trying to deal with something specific and you're like, okay, I'm just trying to deal with the engine here, then you dropped it down to the just what you're working with. You can also do that with anything here. You don't need to know what's in your KAM. You can close that out. Your sword doesn't have the option because there's no options to it. My assault vest is full. I don't need to deal with anything in there. I can close it out so I'm not even looking at it. And it makes moving stuff around in your inventory easy. I don't need to deal with anything that's in my uh, belt right now. So as you can see, it makes it a lot easier to open and close these things to look at what you need to do, especially if you're trying to move stuff around. You can't really move stuff into your tack belt, so you close out your tack belt, and then you're just moving stuff around from your jacket to your pants and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, yeah.
just a little tip there. Um,
Hmm?
Now we'll get back over here to the engine, okay? As you can see, it shows that the battery's pristine, the radiator is pristine, the spark plug is pristine. Um, I like to drive around with one of each of these in the boot just to. Oh, I can't show you what's in the boot because I closed it out. So let's open that back up. Um, uh, because hey, it's DayZ on console. You're going to wreck your car. Um, in the Olgas, the Gunters, the Adas, your battery, radiator, and spark plug are all in the front. If you look at the Sarka, your battery and spark plug are in the back, and your radiator is the only thing in the front. So unless you spin out and slide into something uh, boot first, you're and destroy the engine compartment. The worst you're going to do to a Sarka is destroy the radiator. So that's something to keep in mind. Once again, though, first time in a Sarka, I went 2 blocks and white screened and couldn't get back onto the server till the next day after a major reset. So I got bad taste in my mouth for Sarkas. But then again, in one server, I drove it from the East Coast all the way to uh, Novo. What is it? Novo Vestroika? I'm bad with these names. Right above Northwest Air Base. No, actually, we were actually on the other side of Northwest on that server with the base, and I made it all the way back into Sarka. So I've had good experience with them and bad experience with them. So anyway, with the radiator, battery, and all that stuff, um, it will not let you just put it into hand. I'm hitting my X is not putting it in my hand. It won't do anything. Best thing to do, and especially if they're damaged, the damaged battery right now can be repaired with duct tape. I don't think you can repair a spark plug or a radiator. But anyway, if you hold down your X and you use your L1 or R1 to move it around, you can move it into your hands, and at that point you can move it into your inventory. Um, Bring it back up here. You can drop it to the ground. Any of that you can, and then we're going to put it back in its place right there. If you're going to destroy a car, uh, and for one reason or other, say you're driving a Gunter and you'd rather have, and you come across a great pristine Olga, and you're like, yeah, you know what? I'd rather have that Olga. Don't just abandon the car. Forgive the saying, but that's a douche move. You need to destroy the car if you're not going to use it anymore, so it respawns somewhere else for somebody. That's if you've wrecked it, you don't have any car parts or anything. I ask people on my map or on my server that if you are unable to despawn a car because you don't have the resources, because you got to shoot up an engine to get it to die. You got to. There's another way to do it too that I don't think I'm going to show you because I need my cars right now because I'm down one. But and that is to pull the radiator out, put it back in. That drains all the water out of it, and then you can start it up and you can get it smoking, take it out, do some donuts in it, whatever, and just drive the hell out of it until the engine dies. It's a fun way to do it too. Do some donuts, some figure eights, whatever. But you want to destroy that engine, make it turn red so that it will despawn and it'll spawn back in somewhere else. Most servers, the cars, you only have a limited number, and one won't respawn until its predecessor is destroyed. So, like I say, leaving them abandoned with no intent to go back and get them is pretty much a douche move, and I prefer that you don't do that on my server. On my server, if you don't have the resources to destroy the car, mark it. Somebody else can come and take care of it for you. That being said, once again, if your engine is, or if your battery's still good and you just need to replace a spark plug or a battery or a radiator, You just take and drag that into your hands. You can back away from it, drop it somewhere, grab the fresh one out of your trunk, your boot, whatever you want to say, and you can attach it that way. You can also, since I've already drained this one, let me go ahead and take it back out. You can also drag and drop it in, holding down the X. Use your left or right one and your left joystick to put it in the right place, and you can drop it in. So now we've got an empty radiator. So let me grab this jerry can of water here and fill it up. There we go. Make sure we got the right one. As I said, it won't let you put gas in a radiator, but it will sure as hell let you drink it. And so we're going to refill it. So when I come across a car spawn, I'll fill up the gas tank with the gas out of the jerry can. I'll take that jerry can, find the nearest water source, and put water in it. We're going to do that right now because this jerry can's kind of low. I happen to know that I've got a pond back here somewhere. The exact location I'm not positive of, but we're going to run around to it. It's back here somewhere. Right down here at the tree line. And I ran out of energy. By the way, if you have an EpiPen on you and you have to run like hell to get away from something, and you've got the time, inject yourself with that EpiPen, and it does not use your stamina. You can run for quite a ways, as long as your stamina bar is high. I mean, it's only going to give you as much stamina as you've got to use. Okay, there's my water source. And keep in mind, if you are not on a community server like this, it's a PvE, and you go to fill this thing up, it takes a while, and you got to keep an eye on your surroundings. So while I'm holding that R1 or R2, I'm using my right joystick to take a look around and make sure I don't have something sneaking up on me. You can beat the hell out of somebody or a Z with a jerry can. It's just not advisable. And the ring of death there in the middle, as well as the little bar down to the left beside the jerry can, gives you an indication of how full you are. You can get about 4 radiators out of a jerry can of water. Canteens, it takes about 7 or 8. Uh, like the Deer Park water bottles, the grocery store ones. Takes about 16 of those if I remember correctly. There's charts like that about that and everything on DayZ Wiki, which is an awesome resource for everything you really need to know. It even has older stuff on there that is no longer usable, like the fish nets and stuff like that. Um, the ability to tan pelts, which I think, if I saw correctly, they are going to add that back in with the 1.10. I'm not positive on that. Don't quote me on anything, because I get a lot of my information second and third hand anyway. So anyway, I'm going to get back here, throw this in the trunk of the car. We've covered tire repair. We've covered don't mess with ruined parts, because you can't put them back on once you take them off. We've covered replacing the spark plugs with dragging it to your hand, and then and radiators and other parts. The battery is repairable with duct tape right now. I don't know about in the future. Looks like we've got a Z out of the middle of the road way down there. Anyway, so let's put this back in. All right. Carrier next to radiator, spark plug, water can if you can. Batteries, not as important. They don't get damaged as easily. Your engine, there is a yellow and red check engine light comes on. Yellow, it's just damaged. The red is ruined. It will despawn. You don't want to leave anything in the trunk that you want to keep because it will go away. Um, what else? Uh, talked about being able to climb in and out with something in your hand if you have the keyboard. And closing out the different sections so that you can just deal with what you're trying to deal with. So, oh, let me do this. When you get in, uh, you've got your speed gauge. You've got your gears. Down at the bottom, the water level. All the way to the left is full. I have had radiators get damaged and have a slow leak. I think those are repairable. I cannot remember off top of my head. Robert, do you know? Can you repair a radiator?
Mm, I think you can repair it with the epoxy.
Okay, okay. Uh, something that buddy of mine when I first started saying, "Hey, you don't need that." Come to find out, the epoxy is very useful resource. Um, as I said, batteries can be repaired with duct tape. And I think after the 1.10, again, I get most of my stuff secondhand. I think you're going to be able to repair a damaged engine with the wrench. So if you see that after the update, definitely grab those because they may be a very valuable tool. Uh, let's see here. I can't think of anything else right now. Destroying the engine. As I said, you can pull the radiator out and um, drive in circles, whatever, with the empty radiator. I actually have a car in the woods down here somewhere. May end the video short of this because I was driving to go help somebody out the other day, and the I tried to take a shortcut where I thought there was going to be a path down through the woods, and as it turned out, there was not a path down through the woods where I went. I went down through the woods, and I wound up getting it stuck, and so I did not have the time nor the resource with me because what I had to help him with once I got that car stuck, I didn't know if I had the resources to do what I needed to do. So I'm going to give this just a couple minutes here. We're going to have a little bit of fun, run down here, see if we can, man, I don't have anything quick slotted except my sword. See if we can't find that gar real quick. But basically what I do is I typically jump up on the car and I shoot the engine until um, there's a red dot next to the car name, just like it had that green dot next to the tire showing that the tire was good. The car will not have that dot as green, but if it is ruined, it will pop up red, and it will not pop up with a color until it is ruined and is turned red. And I can't remember how far. I know I was past this town here, so I may not, you know what, I might not make you guys witness me trying to find a stupid car that I abandoned in the woods. Because I was heading to the coast. So anyway, we're gonna leave it at this, and I'm gonna go try to find this car. It was, hey, you know what? If y'all want to stick with me, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna talk stupid shit, and excuse my language there. I'm gonna talk some stupid junk here. Tell you a little bit about me. Uh, Played Atari 2600 when I was a kid. I say kid. We got that when I was about 17, 18 years old. Joined the service. Messed my hip up. Pre-existing condition during basic training. And one of the things that kept my sanity as I was riding on the bus back from base after I got discharged, and I had some whack job in a seat next to me kept talking to me, was acting like I was asleep and playing the Atari video game in my head, the pinball one as a matter of fact, to ignore him. And it made the trip go a whole lot quicker. So let's see here. Where did I come off the road over there? Trying to avoid all the zombies in town. Although that could have been kind of fun to try and kill them. But anyway, so yeah, my video gaming experience started with that, and then it stopped. And I really didn't play any video games for the longest time. Late 90s, actually, late 80s. I had a buddy got one of the Nintendos that had the gray rectangular controller, wired controller, and he we'd play Donkey Kong and stuff like that. And, he was the game room technician at Chuck E. Cheese. If you aren't familiar with the restaurant chain Chuck E. Cheese or Showbiz, they had animatronic animals playing on the stage, and had a lot of video games in the I think I actually came down through here. A lot of video games, the arcade style. And my roommate was the game room technician. And I was an assistant manager. And I came home from work one day, and he's like, "Hey, man, you want to play some Donkey Kong?" I'm like, "Sure." And he says, "Okay," hands me a controller, and then he reaches under the coffee table and pulls out a controller box that he had made for himself. Oh, there it is. Using actual joysticks and buttons and everything that he had ordered through the work, and made himself a controller that utilized arcade controls for the Nintendo. So he's like, "Okay," and he whooped my butt. I mean, it was ugly. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up on there. I'll just stand up here on the hill and do this. And after he had his fun with that, he then said, "Hey, here's yours," and we both had the same type of controller. He made it out of plexiglass that he bought from a company that we did business with at the restaurant and everything. So it was kind of cool. Fast forward to late 2000s, like 2005 to 2010, I had some buddies who had an Xbox, and they'd play me in Madden football, and it was I felt like I was I hate to use the term, but special ed, if anybody remembers the crank yankers. I felt like special ed when I was trying to play them in those video games. I'm sitting there going, too many joysticks, too many buttons, and so it kind of turned me off to video games for a while. And I ended up getting a PS3 just to be able to play DVDs and sign on to Netflix and whatnot and play some video games that uh oh, half gun left. Okay, anyway, so got got that just to be able to watch movies and stuff with a lady friend of mine back here in my bedroom. Buddy of mine had a bunch of movies downloaded and everything he let me have and stuff like that. And after we broke up, I'm like, well, I just got this stupid machine sitting here. Borrowed a couple of video games for some friends and started playing stuff like Assassin's Creed. As a matter of fact, Black Flag on the PS3 was the first game I played to completion. And I played like the Assassin's Creed games and Fallout, stuff like that. And my buddy Kyle talked me into trying this when we went into lockdown, so that we worked together and you see each other 5 days a week. Sometimes we'd hook up on the weekend, but that was about rarely. But anyway, so he got me to play in this, and I'm like, well, you know what? Meeting up with real people in the real world isn't that bad. Anyway, let me go ahead and kill this engine. I shouldn't have to deal too much with any Z's out here in the middle of nowhere, but you never know. So let me grab my gun here. You're going to shoot the engine. As you see, it's got the Gunter 2 right there, and nothing beside it. So we're going to fire a few rounds into the engine here. Again, nothing. But and there's the red dot. Now that car is ruined. Now I do want to go ahead and grab this stuff out of the trunk, and I probably should have gone ahead and grabbed the battery and stuff before I did this. But as you see, battery's ruined, radiator's ruined, and the spark plug's ruined. And if I put this back in my inventory and I climb, it won't. I don't even think it'll let me climb into the ruined car. No, it won't. Okay. So anyway, there we go. That is how you ruin a car, by shooting it. Like I say, if you're in a populated area where you got a chance of a lot of Z's coming around, go ahead and climb up on the car, and then you're protected from them. Get back up through here. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Actually, yeah. When you're in the car, I will say that if you end up in a position where you're like up against a tree, you can't get out the door, the driver's side door. If you take and you look at the passengers, go into first person, look at the passenger seat. You might have to look around a little bit, but you'll get a prompt to allow you to switch over to the passenger seat, which will allow you to get out on the other side. So just a little bit of stuff I've picked up over the last 5 or 6 months. I hope this was helpful. I don't like the fact that I'm running 6 feet forward and 2 feet back. But anyway, it might be because of how much I'm carrying, because I grabbed that radiator and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to sign off here, play the game a little bit, and like I say, I hope this was helpful to somebody. If not, you know, what the heck, it was fun doing it. Everybody have a great day. If you like the video, click like, and subscribe. I plan on doing more tutorial videos. My server is geared towards newbies and people who are just trying to learn, so that maybe they can move over to the PvP or the mixed type servers and actually be able to survive for more than 5 or 10 minutes. I will be doing, like I say, other videos, starting fires, cooking meat, crafting different things. Some things I still need to learn how to craft, some things I still need to learn how to do. I've never used a campfire tripod over a open fire. So anyway, I'm getting a connectivity error. So I'm hoping you guys can still hear this. But like I say, hit like and subscribe to know when I'm putting out a new video. And everybody have a great day and night, whatever it is where you are, and be awesome. Help people. Don't be a toxic yahoo. Have a good night.